Welcome, race fans, to This Week in Racing for June 15th, and now for the latest. Montreal, June 9th, 2019, Canadian Grand Prix race leader Sebastian Vettel coming through turn 3 and 4. The first chicane, this was the Formula 1 race on Sunday. Vettel coming in hot, winds up in the grass, then pilots the number 5 Ferrari back on course. And as Vettel returns to the track, second place, Lewis Hamilton was coming through the same chicane, and Vettel inadvertently almost put Hamilton into the fence, which is what it looked like. Almost. Hamilton was looking to take the lead as Vettel was getting back on the track, and they made a little contact. It turned out that Hamilton had to get out of the way to avoid a major incident. Nothing spiteful from Sebastian Vettel. Unfortunately, F1 investigated the matter and handed Vettel a 5-second penalty. So even though Vettel crossed the finish line first, Lewis Hamilton was declared the winner. Vettel was scored with a second place finish. Charles Leclerc came in third. A video available at motorsportsradio.net. And according to the Formula 1 report, from the FIA, 5 Sebastian Vettel, competitor Scuderia Ferrari, time 15:13 session race. Fact, car 5 left the track, rejoined unsafely, and forced another car off track. Offense involved in an accident as defined by Article 38.1 of the FIA Formula 1 sporting regulations. The decision was a 5-second time penalty. And the reason, the stewards reviewed video evidence and determined that car 5 left the track at turn 4 in an unsafe manner and forced the 44 off track. Car 44, which would be Lewis Hamilton, had to take evasive action to avoid a collision. Now competitors they actually have time to appeal. They can appeal it, according to Article 15 of the FIA International Sporting Code and Article 9.1.1 of the FIA Judicial and Disciplinary Rules with an applicable time. Team Ferrari has decided that they will not be appealing the steward's decision. Now, the question is, this is NASCAR stuff now. Did Joey Logano jump the restart? Joey Logano, in an overtime restart, made his way to victory lane, winning the Firekeepers 400 on Monday. The race that was scheduled for Sunday, postponed to Monday. 2 drivers, including Truex Jr., the other, Kyle Busch, weighed in. Busch tells Auto Week the 22 may or may not have jumped the restart there a little bit and got clear. Truex says he clearly went before the box. That's the way it goes. They didn't call it, and it didn't matter because he had to fit the fastest car anyway. Of course, the box meaning the restart zone. Kurt Busch chimed in and says, Logano knew he had to go early because that was the last chance to get ahead, and that changed the complexion of the race. It's exactly what I would have done in his position. Motorsports Radio listeners, there's also a video of that as well at motorsportsradio.net. Now, currently in the Cup Series driver standings, Logano sits in first place with 614 points. Kyle Busch second with 605. Truex is in sixth right now with 499. Monday's race, Truex came in second. Kyle Busch came in fifth. So remember, DC Solar was sponsor for Chip Ganassi Racing, got raided by the FBI last December. Turns out they were involved in an $800 million fraud scheme. One of its major customers, Kansas Speedway. DC Solar, California-based company that sold charging stations for electric cars and mobile solar products. According to bankruptcy filings, DC Solar owes Kansas Speedway $750,000. This is according to Kansas City TV station KSBH. They also owe International Speedway Corp $1 million. Kansas Speedway officials, they were planning to use mobile solar generators to light parking areas, and that apparently they can't use the equipment for some reason. I don't know why, but the FBI raided DC Solar's headquarters and the home of DC CEO Jeff Karpov back in December. Federal officials allege that DC Solar was engaged in a Ponzi-type scheme promising federal tax credits and profits to investors, money that was supposed to be used to fund operations, but instead, money from new investors were allegedly used to pay off older investors and to fund Jeff Karpov's lavish lifestyle. This according to Bloomberg. DC Solar was a major sponsor for Cup Series driver Kyle Larson. the Woodstock 50 Festival. Now, what's this have to do with racing? Well, a racetrack was scheduled to host the event. Here it is. Woodstock 50 Festival, a celebration of the 50th anniversary of the original Woodstock, which was scheduled for August 16th through the 18th at Watkins Glen International. It was announced this week that WGI has terminated the site license for Woodstock 50. A statement from track official reads, Watkins Glen International terminated the site license for Woodstock pursuant to provisions of the contract. As such, WGI will not be hosting the Woodstock 50 Festival. Now, it turns out, at the time of the press conference, there was no response from festival organizers. But it turns out today, on Friday, it came out that the reason why Watkins Glen pulled the contract was because the organizers of the festival didn't pay up. So that's that. Now, scheduled to perform was Dead & Company, which is the remaining members of the Grateful Dead, Jay-Z, and Chance the Rapper. There was some others, too. Back on April 29th, the festival's main financial backer was a Japanese firm, pulled out and declared the festival canceled. So, I don't know about a bunch of Deadheads at a Jay-Z concert, but that would be interesting. Alright, that's going to do it for this week. Just to let everybody know that that This Week in Racing will be posted on Saturday at 10 a.m., both on YouTube and on motorsportsradio.net. The show is recorded on a Friday evening, but will be posted on Saturday morning, because apparently, according to YouTube, between 10 and 11 on Saturday is a good time to upload. So, the way it's all set up, podcasts get uploaded to YouTube and to motorsportsradio.net simultaneously. I just click a bunch of buttons, so I just want to let everybody know about that. Thank you, race fans, for tuning in. This is Manny Allegretto for the Motorsports Radio USA Podcast, motorsportsradio.net.